312.29.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing an Oreillys Auto Parts tool haul. Tool time! That's right, you heard me right. We're going to be going to Oreillys Auto Parts and we're going to be picking up some tools. There's a lot of tools that they have that I think are very interesting, so I'm going to show you guys what tools that I would buy, especially if you're a brand new mechanic. So we're going to be taking this from the aspect of we only have $300 to spend. What tools can we buy to start working on cars right away from Oreillys? So if you guys have no experience with anything as far as mechanical repair or any tools you need, let's go to Oreillys and I'll show you guys what tools I pick up. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright guys, so we're at Oreillys. Let's go in and pick up some tools, huh? We got the good stuff. So, all the big ones we don't really need. Ooh, plier set, alright. Need a nice set of pliers. Actually, this one's a little bit too fancy. One thing you have to make sure of is when you're buying these tools is that they always have all the sizes. A lot of these tool companies will miss like a size just because they want to be cheap. I'm assuming you guys are going to be doing brakes in the beginning, so we're going to buy all the things we need for the brake stuff too. Probably won't be doing any fuel lines in the beginning, so this specialty tool stuff you might not want to pick up yet. Okay, I found them. 19 and 21, but they're $12. There's no way I'm paying for that. Kidding me? I could buy sockets for like $2. We're not buying these. We're buying the whole damn set for 26 bucks. This comes with 10 all the way to 22. So we got all the ones we need. 21 and 19. So now that we bought that, we're also going to need to buy a 1/2 ratchet. Okay, so we have a 1/2 for $17. Jesus.
$312.29.
Thank you, sir. Yep. Appreciate it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we picked up a whole bunch of good stuff. I went right over my limit, which is $300. I think it was $312. I think the taxes killed it. But I wanted to get everything I needed to go ahead and start getting some work done. So let's go back to the shop, break everything down, and I'll show you guys the whole entire spread of everything I got. Alright guys, so we're back at the shop. I'm going to show you guys what I got. Very standard stuff, to be honest with you guys, and I think for the price it might be a little bit expensive, especially for the cheap tools. I think Oreillys has decent quality tools. Like everything I'm looking at right here is decent. It's all lifetime warranty, which is a nice thing, but still, I don't really like the fact that it was 300 bucks. I think I could get some more stuff from Harbor Freight for $300. So we're gonna do another video on comparing what I can get from Oreillys to Harbor Freight, Home Depot, and any other place that they sell tools at. But today we're gonna be focusing on what I picked up from Oreillys, because I think it's still a great haul. I think you could do everything you need to do with this set of tools. So off the bat, I got my set of wrenches, which go all the way from 7mm all the way to 19, which is a very basic set. The only thing that it's missing a 16. Like I told you guys, be really careful because a lot of times, even Snap-on does this as well. They will not put in the full set. They'll say it's a full set, but that they're missing a 16. It's like, I don't know why they do that. I've heard that it's because people don't use a 16, and I'm like, I've used 16s all the time, so, you know. But anyways, I bought a set of wrenches because you're definitely gonna need that. I got the receipt here. I'll show you guys that right now. The receipt with everything I purchased. Full breakdown. A pick set. A pick set is very important, especially if you're doing anything really. Like this stuff comes in handy. So get a nice set of picks. I like this one because it was a black set and it should be hardened. It says includes a durable molded handle and a strong metal material. I don't know what that means, but I like black because normally that's hardened steel. So Hopefully it's a better quality than the cheaper option, which is chrome. And hopefully these don't bend, because a lot of times when you're using picks, you're using it to pry things off, and sometimes if they're weak material, they'll bend. So want to get a nice set of picks. The next thing I got was a brake pad spreader to push in the brake calipers whenever you're doing a brake job. I'm assuming you guys are brand new to the industry and you guys aren't doing any real work, like major work. So the first thing you're gonna get is gonna be brake jobs. So you wanna have everything ready to go to do a brake job on pretty much any car. So with this set of tools, you'll be able to get into the industry and start working right away. You'll be able to do oil changes, you'll be able to do basic brakes, and maybe a few maintenance items when it comes to like air filters, cabin filters, and maybe a flush here and there. But this is enough tools to get you by pretty much the basics, which is, like I said, brakes, tune-ups, and just basic maintenance. So we got the brake pad spreader because it was cheap. If I wouldn't have bought this, I would have been under my $300 budget, which is $312, but still, you know, I want you guys to have some stuff ready to go for when you're starting your jobs. I told you guys before, the reason why you're not getting any work is because you don't have any equipment, okay? And a lot of times shops will gauge how much you know based on the tools you have. So the more tools you have, the better. That's why I want you guys to spend $300 and get as much tool as possible, especially like specialty tools. Specialty tools are gonna make it quicker when it comes to certain jobs, okay? So the other thing I got was a spring tool brake spoon. This thing is helpful for removing and installing springs. Now they're for like rear drum brakes. Cars still have drum brake, guys. I don't know if you've seen them, but Honda's 2018 rear brakes are drum. So you still need to know how to do drum brakes. So this is a nice tool. It helps you take off and reinstall brake springs. Like I told you guys before, I like using my pliers to remove springs because it's just easier for me, but I have used these with very good luck. You do need a little bit of experience using these because it takes a little bit of skill to be able to like angle the spring properly and put it back on the backing plate. So we definitely needed that. A hammer. We all need hammers, okay? When you're taking, especially if you guys on the East Coast, you guys know how much a hammer is important because you're gonna be hammering on a freaking rotor to get it off sometimes because the rust is so bad. So this is a really nice Sledge Hammer. It's 3 pounds, which is nice. I like normally like 5 to 6 pounds, but this is actually a very, very good size. It's made in China. The material looks pretty decent. It's made out of like this, I don't know, like plastic. It looks decent though, and we'll see how it lasts, but you know, we'll see how it goes. All right, we have the 11-piece deep impact socket set. So this set goes all the way, and it's a 1/2 size. So it goes all the way from 10 to 22. And the reason why I purchased it is because I wanted the 19 and 21 to be able to take off wheels. Normally when you're doing pretty much 90% of cars, they're gonna have either 19 or 21 millimeter lug nut. A lot of times you'll be doing like Europeans, those have 17s, sometimes even 15s. I've seen like Volkswagens that have 15 millimeter lug studs. So yeah, anyways, that's why I purchased this because the 21 and 19 separately were 13 bucks a piece, and this was 24 for the full set. I was like, might as well buy the whole half inch socket set and have my 19 and 21, and then I have the rest of the sockets as well. So that's why I went ahead and bought these. Of course, along with this, you need a ratchet. So we got a ratchet, 1/2. It's pretty nice. It fits really nice in my hand. The ratcheting action is pretty decent, nothing major. It's a lifetime warranty, and Oreillys is right next door to my shop, so I can go down there and pick up a new one if I break this, because I'm probably going to be using this to remove wheels because I don't have a breaker bar. So I'm going to use like a handle to be able to break bolts off. When you're starting off, you got to just do whatever you can, man. Like if you guys, the thing is, guys, you have to be very grateful. Be very grateful with the position you're in to live in America, where you can go down the street and pick up a set of tools brand new for $300. We have other countries in the world where you have to walk 25 miles to pick up a socket. Okay, I watch all these other videos, other mechanic channels from like different parts of the world, and these guys are working on dirt and they're rebuilding motors with like a crescent wrench. Okay, so when I hear guys complaining that, oh, you're buying Harbor Freight and you're using Harbor Freight to repair vehicles, I'm like, have some scope, okay? Have some foresight, because like there's other people in the world that would kill for tools like this. So buy whatever you can get your hands on to start your career and then move into the nicer stuff. But you do not need the most expensive things to be able to repair cars, as you can see from other places in the world. Yes, those other places are a lot more poor than America, but it doesn't mean that you can't use that example and say, these guys are fixing big trucks, big cars, it doesn't matter, with basic tool sets on the ground, on dirt. If they can do it, I can too, because I have better equipment, I have better facilities, and I have more things at my disposal, more resources. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, guys, the next thing we bought was a 9-piece long arm hex key set. I got the L's because I like normally the socket ends, Allen ends, but I couldn't afford it. Okay, we're at $300 budget, so we want to stay under that. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to be slow when using this. So anyways, it goes from 10 all the way to 1.5, and it's missing a 7, which you do need a 7. So I'm gonna pick up a 7 from another place because they didn't have it over there, but you need Allens, okay? Especially nowadays, especially like Mazdas, the new Mazdas, they all have like Allen bolts to remove, like for even the drain plug. So you need an Allen set, and that's why I know you need a 7, because in Mazda, like the newer Mazda 3s, they need like a 7mm to remove that drain plug. So get your nice set of Allen. The keys are fine, guys. You don't need to be super fast when you're starting off your career. You just need to be able to do the job with all the tools that you have. Okay, if you need to borrow a tool here or there, that's fine. But the more tools you have that you can use for your own stuff, the better. So pick up a nice set, even if it's like just like L's. Doesn't matter, you need a tool. All right, we bought a group joint pliers, the bigger ones. This is nice when you're doing like axle. Let's just say you're doing a brake job, you have to remove the rotor off a Chevy, where you have to remove the nut and then the bearing to remove the rotor. So this comes in handy because you're not gonna have a 27mm, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32mm sockets. So you can use this to like spare it open and then pop off the nut. So you're obviously not gonna be using this when you're taking off like bolts that are that big, but this comes in handy whenever you're doing a lot of stuff. So get one of these, it's very, very helpful. All right, next thing on the list is gonna be a 3-piece extension set, 3-inch, 6-inch, and 10-inch. This is pretty much all you're gonna need when it comes to extensions. You later on in your career, you might buy a 36-inch extension, because when you're doing transmissions, you need a long extension to reach the top bolts on most transmissions, especially if it's rear-wheel drive. But for the beginning of your career, having this set of extensions is nice. A 3/8, 10-inch, I would say even a 12-inch, 6-inch, and a 3-inch would be nice. But this is a 10-inch, which is more than enough, because I have the other extension I can adapt to it, and you should be able to reach everything you need. Nice set there. All right, we have a plier set, a 4 plier set. Normally they only come with 3. So this comes with two pliers, okay, a needle nose, and a dike, which I guess is called a diagonal plier. So we have linesman plier, 7-inch, a 6-inch slip joint plier, 6-inch long nose plier, and a 6-inch diagonal plier. So there you go. It has everything you need. You do need diagonal pliers, a regular plier, and a needle nose. So if you have those 3, you'll be able to pretty much get out of trouble with everything you're doing. So get a nice set of pliers. This is good enough, and you'll be pretty good. So nice little set there. 3 is nice. Normally what they come in. The 4 is really, really nice. All right, so we have a 3-piece Vise Wrench set. So this is a 5-inch Vise Wrench, a 6.5 long nose Vise Wrench, a 7-inch Vise Wrench. So everything you need here, like I said, you do need, you are gonna need this sometimes, especially like if you're doing rear brakes on like a drum, you're gonna need this. It comes in handy, you don't even know. So pick up a nice set of vice grips. Okay guys, so the next thing we have is gonna be our 6-piece screwdriver set, and then we have pretty much all of them that we need. Normally when you're using the 6-inch long flathead, this normally gets used as a pry bar, unfortunately, so hopefully this one lasts us, but these they seem pretty good. The material looks pretty good. It's gonna be decent. They have lifetime warranty, so I'm not too worried. And then we have the 2 Phillips 2 inch by 4 inch, and then we have a 1 inch by 3 inch. So we have all the sizes that we need to remove all Phillips head screws and flatheads. So we have all the set there, which is really nice. All right, we get into our socket set. This is our bread and butter. Sockets are really what we need on a daily basis. So having a nice set of 1/4 and 3/8 is really nice. This set comes with the ratchet, all of the sockets from 4 all the way to 13 millimeters. We have a 3 inch extension with a 1/4 inch wobbly. Okay, which is really nice just because you have pretty much everything you need. So with this set, you'll be able to do a lot. Normally, you're gonna be doing, removing air filters, cabin filters, doing some maintenance with this set. So it's a really nice set to have when it comes to the extension. You don't really need an extension longer than 3 inches, especially for the 1/4 normally, unless you're doing like dashes and stuff like that. You don't need anything longer than a 3 inch. So you'll be okay with just the 3 inch for now. If you do need something longer, ask a buddy to borrow his other 3 inch and connect them together, and that should be pretty normal for you to use. So that's all you really need when you're coming to a 1/4 inch socket set. Next thing we have on the list is the 3/8 drive socket set with our ratchet, and the set is a 14 pieces. It comes with a 9 all the way to 17 inch millimeter sockets, and it's not missing any of them, all the way from 9 to 17, so they're all there. Oh, I'm sorry, 9 to 19. I missed these two over here. So we have the full set of sockets, which is nice. The 3/8 ratchet, we have a 3 inch extension and a 3/8 wobbly. Really nice, and the wobbly does look a little cheap. It's not my preferred style of wobbly. Normally I like the ball and socket style. This is like the 2 joint style, which normally tends to break if you put any real pressure on it. If you're gonna use it to remove any bolts, try to loosen up the bolt first before you use this wobbly, because this wobbly is pretty weak and it'll break. So I recommend breaking the bolt off first, make sure it's loose, and then going ahead and use a wobbly to remove the rest of it. Okay, so that's what I recommend with that. Okay, back to our brake tools. We bought the Lyle 81850, and this is a really nice spoon set to check the thickness of a brake pad. Like I said, the first jobs you guys are going to be getting are going to be brake jobs, so I want you guys prepared for that, and I want you guys to show that you know what you're doing by measuring out brakes. So if you measure out the brakes and they're in the red, you can always take a picture of that. You can send it to your customer and let them know, hey, when the brake pads are on red, they're that thick, that means you have to replace them, or else you're gonna get metal to metal. You're gonna have to replace the rotor, and that's gonna be an extra $200 for new rotors. So you wanna go ahead and replace them. And this gives you a nice visual. So once you guys start using these and get more used to the thickness of brake pads, you'll be able to just look at it and know that it's below minimum and just replace them. You won't need these after a while, but it's always nice to have this as a representation to show what the thickness is, to show your customer. If you guys are having trouble selling brake jobs, it's because you don't have stuff like this. This stuff gives you more credibility. So this is nice to have, especially in the beginning of your career. So pick up a nice set of that. The last thing we have, guys, is gonna be a magnet, pocket magnet. It's really nice, it's pretty long. I think it goes all the way up to 36 inches. Okay, no, it goes from 4 3/4 inch all the way to 18.5 inch. So pretty long, and it'll reach pretty much anything. I haven't tested the strength of it, but I'm pretty sure it'll pick up any bolt. And yeah, so pick up a magnet because they do come in handy. The only thing I wish I would have bought would have been a mirror and a flashlight. Those are the two things I would have added to this, but unfortunately we hit our limit with $300. I had a feeling, I was like, I think I'm right at 300, and sure as heck, I went over by $12. So excuse me for that, but it is what it is. If I had more money, like I said, I would have bought the mirror and the flashlight, but it is what it is. So guys, this is what you can get for $300 from Oreillys to get you started in your career. If you have all these tools, I mean, minus like having a jack and jack stands, you'll be able to go out there and start getting work done. Even if you don't have a jack and jack stands, you can always use the customer's jack to lift up the car, take the tire off, and do the brake job on one tire, lower it down, then go to the other side and do the other side. So there's always ways to do it, guys. You gotta just get creative, okay? Especially if you're starting off. That's why we're doing this series of going to tool companies and just buying whatever we can for $300 and seeing what we can do. Because if you could buy a tool set for $300 and start making money like that on the side, I mean, you can make your money back in a weekend. You go out there, you do 2 brake jobs, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. There you go. That's gonna pay maybe half of this, you know, because you're gonna probably making 150 bucks for that brake job, for those 2 brake jobs. So you'll be able to pay it off and then recoup your money, and then you have a set of free set of tools. You know what I mean? So get creative, guys. Okay. So I'm gonna go next time to maybe Home Depot. Maybe I'll go on Amazon and do a spree so you guys can see what tools I can pick up from Amazon. And then maybe go to Harbor Freight, Snap-on, wherever, and we're gonna pick up our tools for $300. See what we can do with the $300 budget and what work we can do. With this stuff, like I said, you can do a lot of stuff with this, you know, like you could do a lot. You can replace an alternator, you can replace serpentine belts, you can replace, I would even say valve covers on certain cars. You can even get that far. So definitely a good set. It'll take you a long time to remove a lot of the components because everything will be by hand, but hey, if you guys are struggling and you guys don't have the money to buy the tools, don't get into debt. Do it the hard way. You can literally take apart a whole entire car with just a ratchet, a set of sockets, and wrenches. You literally can. It'll take forever, but you can do it. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Leave me a comment, let me know what you liked about it. Let me know if you made it all the way to the end, because it really does help me make sure that I make the videos at the correct lengths. So thanks so much for watching, like always. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.
Yeah, guys, today I'm talking about this ratchet. Yeah, see this guy?
Think that again. Just fuck around, move around.
It's toe time! Toe time!